Hello YouTube. Today I had an interesting conversation with one of my friends, and we debated which knife is better, the most expensive one or the cheapest one. The opinions were divided. We agreed that even if the knife is the best, if it sits in the drawer, the cheapest knife is better. But the questions remain about the using knife. And I have here three knives. The most expensive, the cheapest of the good knife, and a knife that is acceptable due to the steel and sheath and the other. This one I will put it aside, and we will talk about these two knives. This one is the Bravo one from BRK. This one is the Lynx from Joker. This one I paid around 200 and something dollars plus shipment. I'm from Europe. For this one I paid around 50 euro. So the difference is very big. The question is, the cost is right for this one, or we can use one of these cheaper knives. Well, let's talk about them as I bought it. This one came in this sheath. Is a very good sheath. The leather is very thick, it's very sturdy. We have lashing points, we can mount a tack lock. The sheath is impregnated and is waterproof. We have the fire steel loop, and can accommodate a fairly thick one. And this is a very good sheath. I do not like at all this system, because when I draw the knife, if I do not pull very low this strap, I risk cut it. The Joker came in this sheath. Nothing fancy, nothing extraordinary, gets the job done. The leather is not so thick, it is firm. We have some lashing points, and the thing I do not like, we have this snaps to secure our belt loop. I do not like it. So this one is far better. This one is acceptable and enough, in my opinion. Also, if we talk about knife itself, both knives are shaving sharp. Look, I shaved a portion of my arm, and I do it with this one too. As you can see, both of them are shaving sharp. The steel in this one is a top steel. We are talking about crew air that let us make the knife more narrower than other BRK Bravo one, but in the same time is very resistant, is very strong. It did not chip, did not roll as easy. This one is a Bueller N695. Is a good steel, and the heat treatment of the Joker is very good. The knives are similar. I like this one because the handle is orange it makes it very difficult to lose. This one I had to put something on it. You can buy a bark river with another color of the handle, but this will add more to the price. Also here you can buy with the fire steel loop, and also you can buy with the Kydex sheath, but I consider that they are good as they are. And now let's see about them, how it performs each of them. I have here a gnarly piece of oak, seasoned oak, and let's see how they perform to batoning. I will baton only a piece of it. Let's start with Bravo 1. You can hear the wood crack, and because of the thickness of the blade, it makes a really short work of it. I will not continue because I want to keep the video short. I will start to try to make some feather sticks with a knife. As you could saw, it's shaving sharp, so obtaining some fine feather stick is not a problem with this knife. The wood, as I said, is oak, is a hardwood, is not a very adapted to make feather stick, but as you can see, the knife makes it look very easy. No problem obtaining some nice curls from this hard wood. This is it. It is not very beautiful, but I assure you we can use that. I have here also, if I find it, I have some pieces of wood that I will make a tent peg out of them. Let's see how it performs on the knife without any problem. I can put a tip on this piece of wood in almost no time. I prefer not very pointy tip, so this is it. And also let's crown the stick to prevent splitting when it's hammered in the soil. We can do without any problem with the knife. This is it. And also we must put a 7 notch to help us tie our string around the tent peg. This is it. And without any problem we have obtained the 7 notch. This is more than enough in my opinion. As you can see, we can tie the string around it without any problem. So this is the most costly knife, the better one, better steel, and the famous manufacturer. Now let's try the other one with a steel that is not so good, and the manufacturer is not so well known. Let's try split it again. As you can see, the wood is very hard, and we have let's try it this way. I cut it across the grain, and that is not a good thing. This is most appropriate. I think it's the same. Not. We can break the wood like this, and have the knife without any problem. I managed to obtain this piece. Let's smooth a little to obtain something that we can work with. The grain is curved. It's not very easy to work with, but we must take what we have. It's the same thing. The knife is shaving sharp, and because of that we can obtain some nice little curls without any problem, even if we will use wood that is not very appropriate to making feather sticks. This is it. It can be used without any problem. This is thicker than this one because of the grain of the wood, and this part is wavy, and I do not have the place to work on a longer distance, and I was forced to work here on a shorter distance, but the effect is the same. We have obtained a nice bunch of curls. This is it. And now the same thing, we try to make a tent peg. Let's sharp the piece of wood, and then crown it and put the 7 notch on it. Let's see what we can do. And this is it. We have obtained our tip of the tent peg. Now we crown it, and then we will put our 7 notch like this. As you can see, I didn't use the baton to help me make the notch because I do not need it. Both of the knives are very sharp, and they are cutting very well, so I do not need to help make a deeper cut with the baton. This is it. I have obtained what I was looking for, a 7 notch, and in no time I have obtained a tent peg. Now let's see both of a knife on their spine. Let's test it. We will make a little pile of fat and dust. This is enough. It is known that the spine of the Bravo one is not as sharp as I would like, but it works, as you could see. The spine of the Lynx is sharper, and this, you can see it now, you can obtain much more easier the pieces of of wood that we need. This is it. We have our pile of fatwood straps this time. Here we have also straps, but more not so big. So in my opinion, the spine of this knife is better. Let's use our no-name ferrocerium rod. Right. This is with Bravo 1, and now let's see the Joker. Also very good. So what is your opinion? This is better than this? Both are as good, or do you prefer the cheaper one? Let's see their cutting edge. As you can see, they still shave. Both of them. So there is not so bigger difference between the two knives, as we can hope, viewing the cost and the steel. The difference probably will appear after long use, but if this one gets dull quicker, also we can get it sharp again without so much effort, and with the materials that we have in the wood. And in my opinion,